Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG, and this one's located on the north spawn of Murovanka under the command of WR104. Now, game is about to commence. And they're away. Now I can tell that's the 8-inch howitzer bow, and that means this RT can do 1050 hit points of damage if it can penetrate the target. But the reload time is 34.67 seconds, so it's quite a long one. Now WR104 is moving off to a position, well, fairly close to the spawn point. Not too far away. He's not actually hiding behind any bush or anything at the moment. Okay, now he's looking for the enemy. Normally, Arty will actually find a bush to hide behind. It's just to obscure you from any light tank that might try to come and kill you. Okay, we've got a T-54E1 making his way into the central area. We fire around in. Oh, goes long. It wasn't fully dialed in. Well, WR104 is relocating to avoid counter battery. Now, one of the things about Arty play, which most people don't actually know about if they don't play Arty regularly, is if you want to look at a specific area where the enemy might be located, you can go there immediately. If you hold down your control key and then click on the mini-map with your right-hand mouse button, move the cursor over to the mini-map, click on the right-hand mouse button, and that will then look at the specific area you want to see straight away. You won't have to scroll out the mouse. T-54E1, and he splashes in for 325. That's a good shot. Just right next door to the target. Now he's just relocated a little. Now the problem with not relocating too far away is that if the enemy fired at the last position he saw the tracer come from, and you haven't moved that far away, then the shell might actually hit you with splash. The other thing, of course, is I've seen some players, and one notable player who's a content creator who played Arty just recently, and what he did was a quick circle, moving away from the initial firing position, going around in a circle, and then going back to the same position again. And that might be problematical because the enemy might then have recorded exactly where you fired from and fire at that position. Now, occasionally when people are doing counter battery, they will wait until they can actually see the tracer before shooting, so they'll hold fire until they actually know where the enemy is. But just occasionally people will watch where the shot came from, mark the target, wait until they've completed the reload, then they'll hit it. Well, at this moment WR104 is looking into the Magic Forest. There's a 110 in there and a Lanson C, but he's going instead for a Jaguar 88. Now, Jag Tiger 88, that's the premium version with the 88mm gun. He fires a round in, and it was right in front of him. 320 hit points, a good hit. Now the 110's coming back into sight. You can see that there's a very wide arc of fire on the M55, and that's because it's one of the few Artys with a turret. And the turret is mounted at the back of the vehicle, but the vehicle is based on the M47, the Patton tank. And so the turret for the Arty is actually located where the front of the tank normally would be. And that's just a near miss on the 110, but he still managed to get 203 hit points from him. He's pushing on our P43 though. We've got an M41 Bulldog sitting at the back of the map, acting like a tank destroyer, and he's with a steel Waffenträger. That poor P43 is taking some damage. So I can understand why WR104 is actually trying to support him with a bit of Arty fire. Work out where the 110's going and plant the shell there. That's it. He's done it right. Direct hit. Perfect shot. 416 hit points off that. You see, if you follow a technique and a practice by watching what the enemy does, how they behave, most tank drivers behave the same. There's very few tank drivers who are erratic and very difficult to predict. Those are the ones who tend not to get hit by Arty because they're too unpredictable. But if you can predict what an enemy tank's going to do, then you can hit them. Now that T-34-1 stays still too long, and he's lost 346 hit points because of it. Now if he hadn't camped in that position for that moment, he wouldn't have been hit. The 110 on the other hand, well, he's stayed too close to the river. He should have relocated. He is a one-shot kill now, so we'd only need to splash him to take him out of the game. Now WR104 is ignoring that 110. Yep, and he's been killed by the steel Waffenträger. We're looking towards the center of the map, and we found a T-29. Dialing in. A little more difficult to hit a tank that's hiding behind a ridgeline like that, because it's very difficult to loop the shell over the ridgeline into the target when he's hugging the ridgeline. You're only effectively seeing the top of the turret. Okay, we've got an IS over here, tier 7, and a Tiger 1. Lining him up on Tiger. Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit. 431. Good one. And these tanks are together. If they stay like that, you can see where the shell hit the Tiger. It hit him right in the side on the engine bay. If they stay together, they can both be hit at the same time. Well, the enemy just lost their Jagdtiger 88. Somebody's furiously pinging the map because there's a T-43 down there, but he's been killed. And there's an IKV-90B there. Yep, there he is. Hiding behind the house. Dialed in. Rounds out. This looks perfect. It's a direct hit. Wipes him out. 800 hit points. That shot definitely penetrated that tank destroyer. Definitely penetrated. No doubt about it. Very weak armor. Meets an 8-inch shell, and it's going to overmatch it completely. Right, that IS has suffered a bit of damage. Oh, he's now one shot. We can definitely get him out of the game. We're just waiting for the reload to complete and we can kill him. Round out. Oh, unfortunately we didn't get the kill. Now it could be that he pulled back or went behind the wreck, and that's why we couldn't see him. Now that T-29, well, he's being picked on by 3 of our tanks, and now he's been killed. We couldn't have fired at him anyway, because if we had, it would have damaged our own teammates. But then we got a Tiger 1. He's badly damaged. That's the same one we fired at earlier, and the IS is moving close to him, and we're loaded. Fire at the Tiger. Oh my god, we got a Bombardier! He killed the IS and the Tiger 1 with one shot. Took out 2 tanks as they passed. They were both very badly damaged. And he killed the first one with a direct hit and the second one with splash. Now there's a Striv 103 working that corner, but we can get a shot into him. He's also badly damaged. There's only 4 enemy tanks left. A medium, a tank destroyer, and 2 Arty. And that Striv is on his last legs. We're almost loaded, and he's been killed. So there's only a T-34-1 out there, a GW Tiger P, and a Backtrap 155-55. With 3 tanks up on the enemy, but we do have some badly damaged teammates. There's the T-34-1. It's been spotted. Udez is homing in, so is the P-43 Tur and the Steer. Oh, the T-34-1 has killed our P-43 Tur though. He's hiding behind the church, which makes it very difficult for us to hit him. The steel Waffenträger's gone around the corner, and that's a bit of a bold move by him because of course we can't support him, and he's got very light armor on that tank destroyer. The convoy's moving to a position where I think he might be able to help, but they've killed the T-34-1. So it's now just to find the enemy Arty and kill them. And unfortunately, their Batchat 155-55's just killed our Steel Waffenträger. Now, WR104 is actually looking in the corner of the map where the enemy Arty are likely to be located. Right at the back of the map here. He's waiting for the Conway and the UDES to find them for us. There's one of them in the corner. It's the GW Tiger P, the slower of the two. Dialing in. And rounds out. This should kill him. It does. 4th kill. There's only one enemy left, the Batchat 155-55. Unfortunately, we did lose one of our teammates during that encounter there, the Conway. He was killed. Was it the Steer? Oh, but the enemy Batchat has drowned himself. Oh, what a loser. You don't do that. You fight to the end. He was doing quite well up until then. He just decided to go over to the water end and drowned himself in the river. Yeah, we don't do that on What Arty Noobs. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a second-class tanker for WR104 in the M53, M55. He got a bruise, a medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. And, of course, that Bombardier for getting 2 kills with 1 shot. He took out the Tiger 1 and the IS with 1 shell. And very nicely done it was, too. Let's have a look at team score. Well, it didn't get the highest damage. That actually went to the Strib 1030 on the enemy team. He got 5,322 hit points. But WR104 wasn't far behind. He got 3,164. And, well, after that, it was the GW Tiger P on the enemy team, 2,536. When it came to kills, it was WR104 got the highest amount. He got 4 kills. The GW Tiger P got 3, and so did the Waffenträger. And when it came to base XP, it was the Waffenträger who got the highest amount. He got 991. Then came WR104 with 886. And T29 managed to get 708. WR fired 12 rounds during that game. He got 5 direct hits and 2 penetrations. Yes, he did penetrate that IKV. Splash damage on 9. Damage of 3,164 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, but killed 4 of them, and did damage, or stun assistance, I should say, of 1,381 hit points off 7 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 31,112 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 8,672 credits. He received 886 base XP, and there was no multiplier, so I'm afraid that's all the experience points he took away. But he did get that Bombardier, and it was a lovely shot. And he was very helpful to his team in some of the shots he did, especially the IKV, getting him out of the game with just that 1 shot to do 800 hit points of damage, just like that. Yeah, that really was helpful, because that guy was quite dangerous. He was sitting behind that house, and yes, he could have poked around the corner and got nice little shots on some of our team that were in the area. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.